What's going on, guys, and welcome to Public Land Waterfowler. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Chris, and tonight we are going to be doing a 2-year review on my Benelli Super Black Eagle 3. So the Super Black Eagle 3, right? It's a phenomenal looking shotgun. It points well, it's slim, shoulder's great, lightweight, inertia driven. It's got an extra detent spring in the bolt, so there's no more Benelli click. Looks great on a shelf, and that's pretty much where it stops for me. Now, I know you Benelli guys are already blowing me up in the comments, right? You guys are already on your keyboard saying, I own 36 Benellis and all of them are absolutely phenomenal, best shotgun ever made, blah, blah, blah. Hey, listen, if you guys own a Super Black Eagle 3 and it works flawless for you, great. Me, I think I got a lemon. And I get it, there's lemons with everything, right? Cars, trucks, boats, whatever, guns. But there's some issues that I'm going to talk about tonight that I think represent the Benelli Super Black Eagle 3 across the board, because I've talked to multiple other people who own them and have had similar issues. Then I'm going to talk about some issues that are specific to my gun, and we will get into those. So first and foremost, the Benelli Super Black Eagle 3, from what I've heard from other people and my own personal experience, is that that shotgun is a pain in the ass to load. I don't know what's going on. You know, I don't know if it's a spring issue, if it's a follower issue, if it's a magazine tube issue. I don't know what's going on, but that gun was never easy to load. It just, man, it was just frustrating. And to top it all off, during season, if there was any little moisture or something like that, I would build up surface rust on the inside of my magazine tube, and it just went from being difficult to load to damn near impossible. So to correct this loading issue that I was having, every third hunt or so, I would come home and I would take my magazine tube spring out of my gun, and I'd take a bore brush and I'd scrape the inside of my magazine tube, right? And any little surface rust or anything that was built up on there, I'd just clean it out. And that seemed to work. But like I said, this was a process that I'd have to do every third hunt or so. If it was raining, I'd do it that night, because I knew what was coming. And like I said, this is something that I've heard from multiple people who own Benellis. I'm the only one, as far as I know, who has taken the spring out and used a bore brush to clean it. But like I said, it seems like it's a fairly common problem. Problem number 2 is that safety design just flat out sucks. I don't know what's going on there, but the top of my middle finger here, and again, this has happened with multiple other people, that safety just beats the hell out of the top of your middle finger, especially running 3-inch loads. That's primarily what I shoot. Shooting 3.5-inch goose loads, you know, I mean, it pounded even more. I don't know if it's just the overall cut of the safety or what, but it seemed like every time I shot, it just dig right into the top of my middle finger, and I mean, breaking skin and doing all that stuff. And after a while, you know, it just kind of swells up a little bit. It's sore. Every time you shoot it, you're bleeding from the top of your finger. It's just annoying, right? Another thing, and this is a touchy subject on the whole Benelli thing, right? Is the gun shoots high, right? Yes, I bought the gun knowing that Benellis are European style shotgun and are designed to float the target. I get that. I knew that when I bought the gun. In my opinion though, the Benelli Super Black Eagle 3 shoots abnormally high. And I don't know if that's an issue with the new Comfort Tech 3 system that's on the shotgun or what, but to me, the gun just shot abnormally high. Now, I did use the shims that come with the gun and all that kind of stuff, and I did bring that down. I didn't have any issues killing birds with it because I knew what I was getting into, but with the shims and everything like that, I got that pattern down to about an 80-20, and it worked for me. I will say, on a positive note, that extra detent spring that Benelli added in the bolt, flawless, right? Worked great. Didn't have any issue with the Benelli click, so that's good. Another thing that I had problems with, and again, I understand there's a break-in period when it comes to certain shotguns, right? My Super Black Eagle 3 did not like to cycle 2 3/4 inch loads, like 2 3/4 inch dove loads, even like 1 ounce loads and everything like that. It was kind of finicky. And I don't know if I didn't have the gun long enough to break it in. Like I said, I only had it for 2 years, but I had probably 6 cases or so of shells through it, heavy loads. So you'd think by the end of it, it was broken in, but no, even towards the end there, it was still kind of finicky on 2 3/4 inch light loads. And I know recommended is on a 3.5 inch auto, Benelli, whatever, you're supposed to shoot 2 3/4 inch loads that have at least 1 ounce of charge, or at least 1 ounce of shot, you know, just something heavier. Anyways, that's that, you know, that's inertia guns. It is what it is. So the next 2 issues that I'm going to talk about solely pertain to my gun and my specific gun, I should say. So I didn't just buy a base model Super Black Eagle 3. No, I bought the $3,400 Benelli Super Black Eagle 3 Rob Roberts edition Performance Shop waterfowl. And the gun was Cerakoted with a Gore-Tex Optifade finish on the stock and on the forend, and flat out, that Rob Roberts Cerakote job was absolute crap. After 2 years, there was a bunch of wear spots on it, and I took fairly good care of this gun, and I don't usually take care of my duck guns. My personal opinion, duck guns are made to be beat up, but with the price tag that I paid for this thing, you know, I kept it in a floating gun case, traveling from my truck to the blind or whatever, and cleaned it, I feel like every week after I was done hunting and everything like that. So I kept fairly good care of this shotgun, and still, after 2 years, it still had very bad wear marks on it. The next thing is that my shell catch snapped in half on me. And again, I think maybe I just got a lemon. I don't know what's going on. But on the last hunt of the late goose season, boom, snapped in half, and my shells would not, basically would not stay in the magazine tube. As soon as I'd push them in, it just dropped them right back down on the elevator. So I was done with it at that point, right? It's like, I've got a gun that's wearing that already looks like it's, you know, 5-10 years old. And again, that's not a Benelli issue, that's a Rob Roberts issue. Shell catch broke, pain in the ass to load, safety beating up my finger. I was just ready to be done with it. So I took it down to my local gun shop where I bought it from, and told the guy I want to trade this thing in. He looked it over and said, all right, I'll give you $1,400 for it. So I took a huge loss. And I actually traded that gun in for a Browning Maxus 2, and in my opinion, the Browning Maxus 2 absolutely smokes the Benelli Super Black Eagle 3 in every aspect of it. On my channel, one of the first, actually the first video I did on the channel was a review on my Browning Maxus 2, and flawless, love it. So anyways, yes, enough about the Benelli Super Black Eagle 3. I hope this review was helpful if you guys are in the market for a new duck gun. Again, this isn't the gospel or anything like that. This is just my opinion on the shotgun. If you guys own a Super Black Eagle 3 and you've had no issues with it, great. I'm just putting this video out to express my opinions on that shotgun and the issues that I had with it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys on the next one.